Hello, I'm back with more Fatal Frame. Uh, my controller's not working. That seems to be the usual for the start. Oh, it's because I'm gotta click on the actual. There we go. Exit save menu. Yes. Today we'll be doing chapter 2. I'm not sure how many chapters there are, but if it's like, well, it's pretty random. First game had 3 chapters. Second game had like 10. So. So now we're re-seeing the beginning of the game, the prologue, from Misaki's perspective. I think she might be my second favorite character. We haven't met my favorite yet. Ooh. A mysterious vision brought her to the island. Never follow creepy, mysterious children. Misaki. I guess, how old would you say she is? She kind of looks like Misaki. Wouldn't be Fatal Frame without vague, mysterious images flashing on the screen every few seconds. Chapter 2, Resonance. So this game bounces between 3 main protagonists. Spoiler alert, one of them is not Madoka, because she's kinda dead, as we established last time. And there's a random camera in front of us. Camera Obscura, a second Camera Obscura, not the same one from the other videos. Which also means the upgrades don't carry over between the main characters, so that makes it more difficult. You need to spend your points wisely on whichever character you have the most problems with. This is the camera I brought from home. When did it fall down there? Interesting. So she owned a Camera Obscura before coming here. This notebook talks about the camera. When did it get here? This prototype Camera Obscura, as proof of our research, is entrusted to descendants of the Asou family. This is the first successful copy of the Camera Obscura that I've thought of as a strong example of my work, the first solid step toward conclusive evidence of the theory of my predecessor and I. The theory of my predecessor? Who is Asou's predecessor? I don't think I know that. I feel like I'm failing as a Fatal Frame fan. It hasn't been attempted, but my theory that images of the dead may be sealed inside the film is feasible. However, Shinto priests and the shrine maidens are sensitive to spirits, and it has a strong effect on them. The prohibition of its use is expected. Look at her collarbones. Did you see that? Yeah, so if you noticed on the loading screen, Misaki's last name is Asou. So she's actually a descendant, where is that sound coming from, of Kunihiko Asou. Which must explain her good looks, because that whole family is really good looking for some reason. If you look at the other games. I guess something about researching ghosts just attracts attractive people. On the other side of the glass, a stack of nurses' clothing and equipment is piled up. I thought that was an item. Well, let's look at this beeping first to make it stop. Oh god, there's crying. Sounds like Madoka. She might not be dead yet from this point. Madoka's voice. It's a nurse call from room 203. I wonder if Madoka is in this room. Well, considering we never went to that room when we played as her, seems like a trick. This seems to adjust the numbers on the device. Great, we need a password. One that I do not have. Ooh, the evade function. So this lets you... This makes no sense. But if you equip the evade function onto your camera, it unlocks the ability to dodge. Lets you dodge attacks, which I don't understand how equipping something on your camera suddenly makes you more athletic. Is it already? It's already equipped, okay. By shaking the Wii remote at the right time, you can avoid a ghost attack. I'm not playing with the Wii remote, so I'm not sure how to do that on a PlayStation remote. I'm not going to upgrade anything until I start experiencing problems, so I know what to prioritize. There's a lot of items in here. Let's get started. Blue crystal. That'll help us upgrade. This looks like a note. The second floor nurse's log. The children keep playing pranks, opening and closing the door to the second floor ward. The door's release code is periodically changed, but it somehow keeps getting leaked. It seems that the password game, as they call it, is becoming popular with the children. A hint is given, and they make a game of searching for it. They were given a harsh scolding, and please note that the director has said to be more careful with the management office's door in the future. If you see the code scribbled anywhere, please erase it. So obviously that's telling me the code is written down somewhere. Perhaps here? Nope, but I got a map. Right, so each floor is a different ward of this hospital here, and each one has a map of the patients. So in room 203, mysteriously, Madoka Tsukimori is written down. So that must have been her room when she was here as a kid. The patient is introverted and seems that another patient of her age is bullying her. No, don't bully Madoka. She's too precious for that. Next door we have... Is that an I or an L? Iori Aiba. Previous to the death of Miss Hinuma, the patient was to be moved to the Haibara Hospital proper. However, she confined herself in the room and refused to leave. Right, so she's the sister of a very important character later on. So just remember the last name, Aiba. Next to that, we've got Yoriko Sonohara. I don't think she's that important, if my memory serves. These are all characters we'll run into one way or another, either alive or dead, so it's good to know their backstory. I think they do a good job incorporating their story into, like, the plot and, like, how they actually behave when you run into them. Kazuto Amaki. I'm just skimming it here. That's the kid. Okay, so that's the kid that we fought last time. He has a terrible stealing habit. That's why his room's so messy. He hoards stuff. But we already took care of him. And Ayako. Strongly aggressive personality. Her cruel pranks often cause problems and injuries for the staff, including she cut my ear with a knife. She is a little bit fucked. Like, of all the ghosts in this game, you'll probably remember her the most. That's just telling me that I can put a password in, so I think there's nothing else in here. I'm fairly certain. It begins. I'm not sure who that is. Oh. I was gonna follow him, but guess I can't. Oh, right, duh. I need to find the password. Me big dumb. There's really nowhere else to go but downstairs. Oh, I can't. Oh, I could have gotten it. I wasn't fast enough. So it was the children that played the password game. Oh, I missed it again. I'm missing out on precious points. But yeah, it seems smart to follow any signs of children. They might know the password. This is probably it. A picture drawn in crayon. Looks like it was drawn by a child. Looks like a Dalek. A drawing of a clock. I saw this somewhere. That was not a clock, I'm sorry. God, that mummy's gonna attack me. I can feel it. It's obviously not a mummy, but what the fuck else? Something wrapped in cloth is leaning against the wall. The object looks like it might contain the torso of a person. No, it looks like it contains a whole person, Misaki. Head to toe. I mean, if it is a mannequin, why did they wrap it up? That makes no sense. And if it was a real person, you'd think it would be rotting by now. I don't get it. So in case you actually forgot that there was a clock here, luckily they make it ring for you. The phases of the moon are on the face of the old-fashioned clock, rather than numbers. That would drive me insane. There are strange gashes across its base. I feel a strong presence. If I took a picture with this camera is said to have mystical powers. You have no idea, Misaki. Bam! So you wouldn't see that password with the naked eye, because that's actually an echo from the past. You can only have seen that if you took a photograph with this camera. So the password is 8395. There's lots of items here. Hello? Hello? Okay. That's kind of weird. A referred patient. Note to all employees, a new patient, Aiko, that's the fucked up kid I mentioned, will be admitted to room 207 of Rogetsu Hall this weekend. Ayako is being referred by Dr. Haibara, therefore we want to exercise the utmost care to make her stay at our institution as pleasant as possible. She, however, is going to make everybody else's stay absolutely miserable. Everybody please treat Ayako with the greatest consideration. She's a spoiled little brat, that's all I'm going to say. And Dr. Haibara, this is his hospital, so I know, like, if he wanted you to treat her well, like, you'd kind of be screwed if you didn't, so. Every time I reach for something, I'm prepared to, what the hell? I'm prepared for a jump scare. Yes. So we have the password now. I already forgot what it was. 8395? 8935? I have the digits right, I think. The girls in this series have really strange fashion. I remember there was a girl in the main, or in the 5th game. She wore a belt around her. Ah! How did I miss? She was right in front of me! Oh my god. That's embarrassing. That was a good photograph! How did I not get credit for that? How did I not get credit for that? That jump scare completely shoved the numbers from my mind. 8... 3... 9... 5... Okay. Anyways, as I was saying, there's one of the main characters in the 5th game, she wears a freaking belt around her thigh. Like, not a fashion belt, like a waist belt. What are these girls doing with their outfits? So that was Madoka again, saying that She's not my toy, or Misaki's toy. What the fuck? I'm not gonna miss this time. Oh, she's attacking. This isn't a minigame, this is a fight. Ooh! See, it's good to wait to get that fatal frame. How you like them apples? Well, I think that's a good place to for a little checkpoint here. I'm gonna end the video now. End it on a high note. See you next time.